come around the wicket now. Pressure on the young leggy. A little bit too full, that last delivery. How can he respond? Googly, clever bowling, but even better batting. Exceptional from Kushal Malla. I think this young left-hander has the potential to do something special in the years to come. He's as prodigious a talent as I've seen come out of Nepal.
So much of talk about him not staying in the crease enough and stuff, but look at his average as well. You talk about his strike rate of 172, his average of 33.85, which is not bad for a middle order batter in T20 format, Andrew.
And over and above that, he's hit more sixes than fours in his career. 56 sixes, 39 fours. That's again at the T20I level. Beautifully bowled. He's a good leg spinner, Gavin Hoey. Don't judge him on those figures today. Look at the turn he's got there. Look forward to seeing him in the ODIs where he'll have a bit more of a chance to show all his skills. But for me, I think Malla's too low, even though he's been brilliant here in the impact he's had. You want him to face more balls. This is slap straight to the man at extra cover. Gavin Hoey gets a bit of relief. Powdell trying to get into the act, and again it's Neil Rock that takes the catch.
Nice catch. Much cleaner this time from Neil Rock. And Rohit Powdell played a good knock of 33, and he has been dismissed in this fashion. Was short, was there to be hit in fact, but there was no pace to work with, and the ball went straight to the fielder there. Captain Neil Rock catches it easily. So 5 down for 157 are Nepal.
बटे चढ्दिन भनेको भाजेले मरुन्जेल कर गर्यो तिम्रो बुढीले देखेर रिसायो भने म जान्दिन है के पनि
Catch! The big offer from Dish Home Fibernet. Paulus 100 Mbps, 200 Mbps or 300 Mbps को yearly subscription मा big discount साथमा free 5G router.
Fascinating phase of the game with Kushal Malla. 24 deliveries to work with. Sandeep Johra is at the non-strikers end at the moment. He's in at number 7. Batted nicely yesterday, did have that bit of fortune with the drop catch out at long off, and Fionn Hand will be given the tall task of bowling maybe overs 17 and 19, 2 of the last 4 you would suspect. Good line from Fionn Hand. For Nepal, obviously a huge amount of talk about the World Cup, but that ACC Premier is critical as well. They'd love to return to the Asia Cup again next year.
Absolutely, and that's because we get to play against the giants like India and Pakistan, which we did in Kandy. I was there to witness that, and the atmosphere was amazing, Andrew. Driven towards the offside on the back foot only for a single. And I had a small chat with Monty yesterday, and he was very concerned about consistency. He'd not want his team to be known as a team that got there by fluke. And he said the greatness of a team is measured by the consistency of their performance, and he really wants Nepal to get there.
And I think there'll probably be some Nepal fans who'll think, oh, well, we'll just go and win that tournament again. We did it last time. Different format though, it was 50 over cricket then, T20 now. I think the ever-growing depth in Asia is going to mean that won't be easy. They're in Group A alongside Hong Kong, Malaysia, Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Malaysia playing some good stuff at the moment in the T20 format. Saudi Arabia continue to come up as well. Goes for the Yorker hand, clipped around the corner, just be a single. And the top 2 going through from the group stages. Johra thinks about the overthrow, won't take it. It's then really all 2 must-do-or-die matches. So the top 3 go to the ACC Emerging Teams Cup. That's a good prize, but the real prize is the Asia Cup.
Absolutely, and Nepali fans would certainly be expecting their team to play the Asia Cup once again, this time in the T20 format. Played against the likes of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. It was a great outing for us, and Nepal did well, scoring 230 runs. And mind you, the other teams were not able to get big scores. That include teams like Sri Lanka and Pakistan.
Yeah, well bowled by hand into the surface. It's maybe the one weak area you would say of Kushal Malla's game is that short ball. Just gets a bit cramped for room, doesn't he, over the wicket. Cloths it, just a single. Yeah, Sri Lanka were bowled out for something ridiculous in that series by India. 60 or 70, was it? I can't remember.
I think early 50s, 52, 53, somewhere there. And in fact, a lot of Indian fans were praising Nepal. I was right there, and it was an emotional moment for us. Yeah, so Sri Lanka were bowled out for only 50 in 15.2 overs. So Nepal got 235, I think, 230 in fact. Driven down the ground, misfield. Not the first time we've seen this from Arias fielders. The ball will just make it to the rope. That's a boundary.
And a lash out in frustration from Ben White, understandably. Ireland have shown some good skills, particularly with the ball in phases over the two games thus far. They've been outfielded by a distance. This is a regulation stop, and that's a bit of a calamity for Ben White. He really tried to make up for his error, but look at this. He had to tumble into the advertising hoardings. I think it might have kissed the rope anyway. I'm just glad he hasn't done himself any damage. Ireland's fielding needs to improve. As Fionn Hand fields ably off his own bowling. 17 bowled, 164 for 5.
नया अध्याय, नया जिम्मेवारी, नया गन्तव्यलाई आत्मसात गर्दै अटल भई अघि बढ्दै लक्ष्यतर्फ लम्कने अडिग अठोट एउटै छ, उच्च सोच एउटै छ। आजको मजबुत निर्माणले भविष्य सुनिश्चित गर्ने सगरमाथा एउटै छ। तपाईको संरचनालाई जुनी जुनी सुरक्षित राख्ने सिमेन्ट सगरमाथा एउटै छ।
There's the 6 bowlers used thus far. Some good efforts. Ben White actually hasn't finished his spell. He's got one left. Just got those graphics updated. The 3 leg spinners confusing the team. I think maybe one of the Irish statisticians like Ger Siggins can confirm for me. I don't think Ireland will have ever fielded any representative side with 3 leg spinners before. Shows the growing popularity and importance of wrist spin international level. Also just gives younger wrist spinners back in Ireland a chance to look up to someone. And Ben White will be entrusted to bowl the 18th. And I think Kushal Malla could be licking his lips. He's going to target that shorter side again. Well, he's a rock star, isn't he? He really is. Look at that collar up. There's a bit of swagger. I tell you who there's a shade of here, and it's someone who he's met in real life. Isaac Vivian Alexander Richards, maybe the most impressive batter of all time. Viv Richards, look at that. Eat your heart out. Straight down the ground, as straight as an arrow, all the way. One into the side screen in the last over. This time over the side screen. Look out, cameraman. Pumped down the ground again. Not going to be 6 this time, it'll be 4. This is sensational from Kushal Malla. He's on fire, and Nepal are thinking of 200 plus now.
Vintage Kushal Malla, vintage Kushal Malla. He loves doing this. Smashes this, one bounce over the rope. A boundary to follow the massive hit. And you expect Kushal to go after the bowler again because he has got the full license. We're into the 18th over. 34 of 12. How many can Kushal Malla manage? That's the question. The crowd completely behind him.
Well, that strike rate soaring up towards 300. Fielders are running everywhere. In fact, Ireland don't know where to place them right now. Remarkably, if fielders come up on the offside, on the leg side, deep mid wickets come up. This is going to be hidden away outside the off stump, I think is the plan from Ben White, probably the googly. There's a long off, a very wide, deep extra cover too. So Malla tries to hit it to the shorter side, but I think he's given it away. Clever bowling, clever plans from Ben White. He's done the damage, Malla, but he perishes in the hunt for more quick runs. 34 coming off just 13 balls, 6-4, but then out.
This was very, very premeditated. It decided 5 minutes ago.